Hi, I'm Kevin Messner with Fairway Independent Mortgage, and I'm here with my friend Laci Alvarado from American Family Insurance. Laci, before we were talking a little bit about claims. Tell everybody what you were saying about that.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's very important when you think of insurance, you think of auto insurance and you think of home insurance. Well, what do you do when you have insurance? Well, you continue to pay a premium, but more importantly, you have to think about what happens if something happens. So just to give you an example, we were talking about auto insurance. So let's just say you're out on the 60 and you get in an accident. What's the first thing you do? Do you know? Well, first and foremost, I'd make sure everybody is okay. It's so important when you're in an accident. If anybody is hurt, you need to call the police immediately. After you get the police there, let's just say there is a huge, big, tragic event that happens. And unfortunately, that happens very, very commonly here in Arizona on the 17. I mean, that's one of the deadliest highways.
Yeah, it is.
In Arizona. So it's super, super important that you call the police. You make sure that everyone's okay and in a safe place. You don't need to call your insurance person right away. A lot of people call me immediately when they're on the scene. And of course I'm there for you, but I want to make sure that you're taken care of, the other person is taken care of, and your vehicles are taken care of. Now let's back up a little bit and say that the car is not damaged significantly and there's not a traumatic event. The police don't have to be called. Let's just say it's a fender bender. You're over here on Higley and Baseline and you come to a stoplight and someone rear ends you. What do? Well, first and foremost, you want to get to a safe area. Don't just stop in the middle of the road if you can. And when you are talking to the person who hit you, you want to exchange information. Make sure you get their name and their phone number and take pictures. We all have cell phones now, so take photos of that vehicle. Now, here's the tricky part. Do you want to file a claim? And do they want to file a claim? So the whole reason for this video is if you file a claim, regardless of if it's your fault or someone else's fault, that claim is going to show up on your insurance record for 3 years. In fact, 5 years. But you will be charged on your premiums that you make monthly for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so what I advise my clients to do is get the information and build that relationship with the person that hurt you. Of course, you're nervous, you're shaking, it's scary, but everybody doesn't want to be at fault. And my words of advice, it doesn't matter who's at fault. As long as you get their information, you get to a safe place first, then get their information, and then have that conversation. Should we or should we not go through insurance? And let them know insurance is going to cost a deductible, but more importantly, it's going to cost us more down the road. So I had a lady, for example, she had a daughter, rear-ended somebody. The lady who she rear-ended called me and said, one of your insureds hit me. And I said, well, is everybody okay? What's the extent of the damage? And she said, well, my bumper is just dented. And I said, okay, well, let's think about this. You have a deductible, and if we go through insurance, you're still going to have to pay that deductible. Have you got an estimate? Do you know what it costs to repair your fender? And she's like, no, I haven't. And I advised her, go get a couple estimates and see what the cost is. As long as the vehicle is drivable, you want to make sure that we get an estimate to see if it's worth filing a claim. So she had a $500 deductible, and the damage that she went and got the estimate for came up to about $800.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, okay, we could have filed a claim. She would have had a claim on her record for $800. And that's going to haunt her. I hate to use the expression haunt for 3 years. So it was kind of neat because I was able to work with my insured and her daughter and this other person who was involved with the accident. And they were able to work out an agreement and took 50-50. So rather than them both having to pay or file a claim, they just made amends, fixed the car, and no claim was filed.
I like that.
Yeah.
So everybody always thinks right away of filing a claim. I know I do. You know, that's what I've got insurance for, but it doesn't always make sense.
It doesn't. And a lot of people think, well, what am I paying insurance for? Well, you're paying insurance for that event that we're talking about at the beginning.
Right.
In that traumatic incident where someone is very hurt, or I should say extremely hurt, rushed to the hospital, your car is damaged, that is when insurance is most important in those huge events. That is going to be a lot more beneficial in the long run just to be sure that you have it in place.
Wonderful. Hey, if you need insurance, you have insurance questions, please talk to Laci Alvarado. All of her contact information will be in the bottom of this video, and I look forward to hearing from you if you need help with a mortgage as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks. Bye-bye.